Hello, hello, what up? It's John, your movie madman, and I'm back. Beep. Today is a very exciting video. I know I say that a lot, but today is a very exciting video. I've got this Cinema Paradiso in 4K as well, so didn't see that coming, did ya? This is an Italian movie, so they speak Italian in it, and there's subtitles in English, or you could put subtitles in a different language if you want, but then you won't understand what they're saying unless you speak Italian, so you might want to put the subtitles in English. It's not dubbed, so you have to watch it with subtitles, so if you're scared of reading you're going to struggle. It's got a nice little disc in there, and then there's another disc there as well, so that's quite exciting, isn't it? There's also this little booklet that comes with it. It's pretty sweet, isn't it? Look, what do you think? Looks good, doesn't it? Yeah. So this is 1988, so it's quite old. 1988 Oscar winner, best foreign film. So if you like Oscar winning films, then you'll want to see this because it's Oscar winning, which must mean it's good. Either that or it means it's really boring. I think people would be either or with this. You're either going to really enjoy it or you're going to think it's shite. So depends what you like really. It's shot in 1.66, so that will mean you've got tiny black bars down the sides of the TV, not on the top and bottom. You've got them down the sides, but only little ones. It's not like big obvious ones like when you watch an old episode of Friends, or if you watch Zack Snyder's Justice League, they've got big thick black bars down the sides, so only little ones for this one. The original film was 2 hours and 35 minutes long, and then after a few screen tests and stuff, people thought it was too long, went on a little bit, so they cut it down to 2 hours and 4 minutes, which is quite exciting. Re-released it, the public liked it a lot more, so they kept it at that for a little while until it won Oscars, and when it won Oscars I think people wanted to see the 2 hour and 35 minute version, so I think that was re-released. I don't know, I wasn't there. But then they released the director's cut as well, which is 2 hours and 54 minutes long, so it's quite long. The director's cut is a 15 and the theatrical cut is a PG, so it's quite a big step up. I think there's just loads of sex in the director's cut, which is why it's got a higher rating. In this edition specifically, you get the theatrical cut. The 2 hours and 4 minute version is what's on the 4K disc, and then you got the director's cut on Blu-ray, so you can decide which one you want to watch. The film itself is about a filmmaker, and you see him looking back over his life as a small child, growing up, being absolutely fascinated with the cinema, being fascinated with film reels. I don't know if that was obvious from the front cover, but there's a lot of talk about film reels in there and how the projector works and stuff like that. So if you love like behind the cinema kind of look, this is for you. It's got a good behind the cinema look, and then you see him as he grows up, starts discovering girls, has his own cinema and all that sort of thing. He's like a projectionist in his own cinema, and then you see him older. I don't want to ruin the ending if you haven't seen it, but it gets deep. Well, it's an Oscar winning movie, so it's going to get a bit deep in it. It's one of those films that I completely understand if people think it's boring. I don't think it's boring, I love it. I saw this for the first time when I was 15. I think this was one of the first foreign films that I watched and appreciated, and at the age of 15 that's quite a stretch. I don't think my niece would want to watch a foreign film, and she's 16, so she won't watch anything that's made before 2004. So I will train my niece and nephew to be a bit more open with older films as they get older, They're happy to watch really old Christmas films, but they won't watch anything else that's not a Christmas film unless it's made after 2004. Picture-wise, you know, I like talking about that picture. It's very 50-50, this film, for me. Parts of it look absolutely stunning. A lot of like establishing shots outside and big open shots outside. They did really well. The HDR really picks out all those colours in the distance and stuff like that. It's really good. There's close-ups and stuff, detailed faces and things like that look really good, and toned skin and stuff like that also looks really good. There are some moments where stuff will be shot inside and the picture just looks a little grainy. Like, to start with, like the whole opening night, first 5 minutes of the film, I was like, wow, this picture doesn't look very good at all. But as it gets going, you're like, oh, I see what you did there. And to be fair, I've only seen it on DVD before, so it was a nice little step up. It was a nice little step up for me. The picture looks better than it did on DVD. I mean, obviously it's a 4K Blu-ray, so it's going to look better in comparison to the Blu-ray that's in here as well. I did have a little look at that and compare the two of them, and the picture on the 4K still obviously looks better than the picture on the Blu-ray. So even though it is a little grainy at times, it's still a thumbs up picture. So it's pretty good. But there are the odd shots where you're just like, I'm not sure that looks very good. So 50-50 is what I like to call it. Definitely 50-50. I mean, some of the shots look like they're out of focus, and you're just like, I can't see what's going on there. But I don't know if that's meant to be setting an example or something to do with the cinema, because it's very cinematic, if you like. It's a cinematic film about the cinema, so I know what they're doing. But yeah, I mean, it's 1 out of 3 Italian films that I actually own. The other one's Pinocchio and Life is Beautiful. I mean, Life is Beautiful is like a war film that shows you how difficult World War II was for Jews. So I think you've seen quite a few of those kind of war films. And the other one was Pinocchio. Yeah. There was an Italian version of Pinocchio released in the cinema a couple of years ago, and it was received really badly in the cinema, I think, because obviously Pinocchio is a children's story, and this was like very scary / boring for kids. I think did very well to get away with being a PG. Some of the stuff they do to Pinocchio in that film I thought was very un-PG friendly, so need to have a word with whoever passed that as a PG. That should at least have been a 12, I reckon. And kids found it really boring. It was a really strange film to look at and listen to, was Pinocchio, because it was dubbed in the cinema, because obviously kids ain't going to want to read subtitles, so the Italian film was dubbed by Italian people. So you've got people with an Italian accent speaking in English, which is good, but their mouths are speaking in Italian, so it just looked really strange. Very strange look, I tell you that. But yeah, anyway, so Cinema Paradiso, if you haven't seen it and you're interested in the backstage of the cinema and making films and stuff like that, then it's a good little watch. But it does contain subtitles, and it is in Italian, hence the subtitles. I mean, some people watch English films with subtitles, so when people complain films have subtitles, like, you're watching that English film with subtitles, so you can watch a Italian film with subtitles as well. So that was my very exciting video for today. If you could like it, even if you don't like Italian films and subtitles, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. You guys are going to be finding out what my number 0 favourite film is very, very soon. I think I should probably film that, actually. That's probably a good idea. Anyway, I'm going to go now, so I'll see you in my next video, I guess. Alright. Bye.